This is Sue from the Mountain Canary Company. Ed's going to tell you another mule tale, and here he goes.
Howdy, folks. Real pleasure to be visiting with you this morning. Notice we're outside. We got a little bit of a break in the weather here, so I decided to take advantage of it if I could. Yesterday, I had a phone call from a friend of mine who was hauling hay. Robert Eversole, you know him, the Trail Meister. He called up to tell me about some information he got back from a YouTube he put out. It was about training. That got me to thinking about some stuff. And one of them is, we found that if you were to listen to your animals a lot of times, or pay attention to what just went wrong, you could go a lot further than losing your temper or getting even stressed about it. For example, years ago, the first nice day of the season where the grass was long enough, we'd take the mules out of the sacrifice area and put them over into another piece, but we'd lead them over with a halter. And so, here I go. I got 2 mules and 3 mules and lead them over there. And I turn off one mule, turn another mule loose, and I reach up to turn old Bert loose, who was just a wondrous mule. He was a great guy. And he's a big bay mule. He's a sweetheart. And reached up there to take his halter off. Is when I did, one of the other mules was coming up, and I figured, I don't want to get in the middle of all this and get Bert into it. So I just dropped the halter. And when I did, Bert just was startled. Then he ran off. Well, so the next day, I did the same thing. I led Bert out, went to take his halter off, but this time he bolted. And man, he hot dogged out of there, which was not like Bert. Bert normally would stand politely and wait for you to do what you had to do, and then he'd walk away. Bert was just a gentleman. Well, what was wrong? I was irritated with that. So got to thinking about it, went and sat down with Sue, and we discussed it very carefully, and figured out, I bet you I hit Bert with that halter's buckle when I dropped it on the ground next to his foot. I'll bet you. And that hurt him, and it startled him, and he took off. So from then on out, I'd take him over, lead him over there, and Bert would bolt. Oh my. So I'm going to fix this. This ain't going to last. So I took a handful of alfalfa pellets and put them in my pocket. And before I'd take the halter off of Bert, I'd give him part of that handful of alfalfa pellets. And Bert goes, oh, okay, he'd eat the alfalfa pellets, and then I'd start to take it off, and I'd chum him with another handful, and then he'd take that and I'd take the halter off, and he'd go, but he didn't bolt necessarily. So we got working this back and forth till Bert quit. And then I could deal without the alfalfa pellets. Well, fast forward a year, and here I go. Lead him out there again. Here I am with Bert. I take the halter off. Bert blows and bolts. It was a year to the day down there he did it. So, okay, so I just got the alfalfa pellets again, and it was over in no time. But the funny thing, and he never did it after that, he never did it again. But it was the funniest thing was that it took us sitting back and wondering, I wonder what caused that. Instead of saying, oh, that's terrible, and take them to some hard training type of situation with a round pen and deal with it. No, we just kind of gently realized something was wrong. Maybe we caused it. Miss Kitty was another mule that had a problem of breaking away, and she broke because she never liked to get into a crowd. If you brought her into a crowded area with a bunch of other mules and try to push her into that group, she wasn't going to have it. So we built a new barn, and it had a dark overhang, a real dark overhang, and since Miss Kitty was a senior mule, I took Miss Kitty up there first. Took her up there, showed it to her, tried to go in. Oh no more! She pulled back, and I just tossed the lead rope. Go on, scaring you, dear. Something's wrong. Go on, it's okay. Go ahead. She ran off about 10 or 15 feet and stopped. Looked at me like, what was that all about? So I went back and petted her, talked to her, picked up the lead rope again, tried it again. No, so I tossed the lead rope down immediately. Let it go. Because there was no reason. She was just scared of nothing. And she didn't trust me enough at the time to not get her in trouble. We did this, I think 4 or 5 times. So I found a way to go around the corner. I took her around the corner. Miss Kitty has never, ever tried to do anything negative. She's got a reason. All these animals have reasons. So if you're smart enough to step back and wonder what's the reason, it cuts way back on your training stress. You know, if you decide, if you decide to go get the whip in the round pen, that's your business, that's your karma with them. We would much rather develop that level of trust that I did, like with Miss Kitty, proving to her that I wasn't going to let her be hurt. Okay, go away, you're scared, go, that's okay. It was a controlled environment, she wasn't going to go anywhere. And so it really worked out. So that's kind of our way of approaching things around here. We've got some very gentle mules, and we've had some very, very good experiences with our mules. And we do believe we have a lot of trust with our animals. So if that helps you in any, we sure hopes it does. So just hope you have a great day, but just pay attention to your animals. Listen to what they're telling you. You can solve so many problems, training problems, discipline problems, if you listen to them. And if you try to work part way through it with them. It's all about trust. All about trust. You can wrestle them with them, you can force them to do it, but I promise you keep forcing them. There's going to be the day out on the trail when you get into something neither one of you knows what the heck's going on. And you both have to trust in each other. That roughhousing system of training is not going to make them want to believe you any more than you're probably not going to want to believe them at the time. So okay folks, I'm glad you all stopped by. We're clouding up here. It looks like I might get damp, so thank you again very much, and you guys remember something, please. If you ride as often as you can, but always please ride as safely as you can. Thank you very much, folks. Good day.